Hi, hello everyone, and welcome to or welcome back to the channel. And as you saw in the title and thumbnail, yes, I am back with more CLANGEN. It has been a while. I'm pretty sure it's been around 4 months since my last CLANGEN video, and that was mostly because I just fell out of CLANGEN entirely. I just wasn't really playing the game. I kind of got burnt out from playing so many moons close to one another, along with the fact that I just wasn't happy with my art style for a while. But this changed after I discovered some new webcomics, and I'll have their links down in the description. After going through those, I decided to give it another chance, and I finally started up with CLANGEN again and eventually created WormClan. So, I hope you like the cats. As per usual, we'll be starting with Starclan, and as of this year, technically we haven't had any deaths, so I decided like before I would just go over the Starclan guide, which because of how the settings are and how the game operates, there actually are not many descriptions. So all I have is that he is a gloomy pass leader and a good mediator. So he'll just be around. I might try and incorporate him into more stories, but for now, this is just Pete Star. Though small inclusion, I was pretty happy with his name Pete, just because of the association with peat, ground material, and worms. I don't know if that was done on purpose or if that's just how the game generated his name, but I'm actually pretty happy about that. Now for our living residents. So of course we start off with GoldenStar, who I for whatever reason wrote out Golden Mouse in the drawing itself. But of course nothing much has happened, though I have noticed that GoldenStar has a pretty big crush on BlossomMark, who we'll get into later, and I had actually confessed to BlossomMark twice, and of course, for reasons that will be discovered later, was rejected twice. I kind of felt bad, but not really, because if she doesn't like you, she doesn't like you. And I did notice a small thing throughout the game is that when it came to Apprentice, I noticed that GoldenStar was very adamant about making BlossomMark mentor twice. So I don't know if that's just because of the high relationship through romance, or if GoldenStar just, I don't know, trust BlossomMark that much, but just wanted to bring that up. And that is GoldenStar. Next up is the deputy and the cat mentioned before, BlossomMark. Just this past moon, IceFeather, our deputy, and BlossomMark decided to become mates. I was actually kind of surprised when I saw the prompt that they became mates, but it seemed like the clan itself wasn't, and that was mostly because I wasn't paying attention to their specific relationship tabs. I was too busy looking at BlossomMark and GoldenStar. But sadly, this past moon, IceFeather ended up getting injured through a hunting patrol, and I decided, this is just my own interpretation, is that BlossomMark is kind of worried about her and is just, making sure she's okay and everything, especially since a lot of my older cats are in a position of power. So I hope that doesn't come back to bite them, but it most likely will. I just realized I forgot to go over some of the descriptions in the actual game, but GoldenStar is bold, a formidable fighter, and a good speaker. IceFeather is wise, an impressive climber, and has valuable insight, while BlossomMark is lonesome but an incredible runner and a great mediator. I really gotta remember to go over these descriptions. I literally have the notes in front of me. And that is the couple, IceFeather and BlossomMark. Now, these next two cats kind of gave me a big and yet a little frightening surprise, because I just wasn't expecting this pairing, but here are FalconNudge and Ravenswipe. So while they're not necessarily a couple since they did not take each other as mates, I did forget for a second that I did have unmated cats are able to have kittens, so I guess they took their opportunity with that setting choice. So FalconNudge are excuse me. So FalconNudge, our medic, is 89 moons old, cunning, and a great healer. And when I saw that Ravenswipe, our insecure and formidable fighter, that's what it was, had kittens together, I went through their relationship tabs and I saw that they didn't really have a relationship together. I guess since I'm used to them at least having some kind of attraction towards one another in my previous playthroughs, I was surprised that it wasn't there, and it actually didn't develop until after they had kids together. So it seems after their small fling, they ended up having Large Kit, Ink Kit, and Slight Kit. And I was actually surprised that we had another boy, which I haven't said yet, but majority of the clan are women, which I wasn't mad about. I didn't notice until after I had everyone join, so there's that. So yeah, there's a small little family and co-parents. Also, small little addition, Large Kit is actually interested in Herb, so I really hope we get a medic apprentice through game. But if not, I won't force her, but I really hope we get a medic apprentice. I hate when this game does not give you medic apprentices. Okay, now on to IcyMoor. She is written out as being wise and a great climber. I don't have a lot written down for her. At most, I put that she had a mutual crush with Ravenswipe, but after checking her relationship tabs again, I noticed that she also has a crush on FalconNudge, who I'm not sure actually reciprocates. Let me make sure. No. So FalconNudge does not reciprocate, so I don't know much with her because I haven't seen a lot of personality with her, so hopefully she'll have some more come up throughout through my next gameplay. Now onto my favorite cat, Spritewise. We are talking about RookPurr, who is lonesome and has a keen eye. And just like IcyMoor, not much was done by RookPurr besides what I'm about to talk to you about the next cat. But the only thing I had written down was that they had a crush on IcyMoor and transitioned from female to non-binary early on into the playthrough. Now for why technically we don't have a Starclan resident or an actual clan member in Starclan, and that is because of PatchouliSpeckle. So while playing the game, I decided to have him hunt into one of the barrows, and yeah, he was immediately killed. But for me, I just did not feel like having a dead cat just yet, so I decided I was going to change some things up. It started off as any other hunting patrol between the two members, PatchouliSpeckle and RookPurr. While the two were exploring the territory, they came across a prey scent. When they followed said scent, it took them towards a tunnel system that was unfamiliar to them. When PatchouliSpeckle decided to ask RookPurr if they will come along, they of course promptly and swiftly said no. Without a second thought, PatchouliSpeckle decided to go down the tunnel alone. When halfway through the entrance, he did however notice a foul smell that wasn't familiar to him. When he was trying to get a closer look just to make sure there was nothing dangerous, he accidentally slipped into the tunnel. Once he was nose to rump to the creature, he quickly realized what he was smelling and why RookPurr decided to stay behind. In said tunnel, there was a fox den, and sadly, there was a fox living inside. Once the fox woke up, it was too late for PatchouliSpeckle, and he knew this. And within seconds, he was no longer. Or at least that's what would have happened until he woke up safely in his green mossy den, surrounded by his clanmates. He was confused by what had happened, and he was wondering, was it an omen? Was it just a dream? Or was it something much darker? He ended up talking about it with his ex-mentor, BlossomMark, about what had transpired that night. So yeah, that's PatchouliSpeckle. Poor guy had a pretty rough time in the previous year. That's why when I saw that he was killed during that hunting patrol, I immediately, and I mean immediately, quit my game. I don't know, I just did not want him to die for whatever reason. Usually I just leave it alone because that's just the game. But I don't know, I wanted to save him this time, but I'm gonna have to make sure I don't do it again. That was just me. So next up is the calm 15-moon-old HazelMallow. While in-game this is technically meant to be an adoption, I decided that HazelMallow is Ravenswipe's biological first son. I only did this because they share a speckled pelt and nothing more, so there's that little tidbit. There wasn't much done by him, I'm not sure. Yeah, all I put down was that he ended up becoming a warrior at 11 moons old, so nothing much with him. Like I said, it's the first year, so I'm still trying to get used to these cats and just find out more of their personalities. Now for the last 3 cats of the clan. To our left, we have GopherLaurel, her sister Volbright, and their mother Lakebrush. Lakebrush had actually joined during Moon 1 by our medic FalconNudge. Sorry, I forgot his name just that fast. Wow. She joined after she was found giving birth in the forest territory, so FalconNudge decided to bring her along, and she later gave birth to Gopher and Vol. And I don't know, for me, I found it super cute, and also, I don't know, I guess that's also her personality. I found it really cute that she named them both after vermin, or not vermin, rodents specifically. And I don't know if that's because she just felt a certain kind of way towards her daughters. I don't know, but I found it really cute. Plus, I really like when siblings have related names. So I'm going in order of my list and not my actual drawings. So Volbright, she ended up graduating just this moon at 11. And her sister, however, graduated earlier and graduated at 10 moons. There wasn't really much with them. I had them just do, the patrols. GopherLaurel is described as being playful and a fish-like swimmer, just like her mother, while Volbright is sneaky and clever. And their mother, Lakebrush, is arrogant, fish-like swimmer, and a good kid sitter. And there's nothing much past that. I wasn't originally going to let them join, since in majority of my other playthroughs there ends up being way too many, but I decided to let them in, and I'm actually very glad because, like I said, I just love that they have similar names. And plus, I like GopherLaurel. I don't know, their design is really cute to me. And as you can see on screen, GopherLaurel was born without her right leg? Sorry, I get my rights and lefts confused, but her right leg. While her sister, you can't see her face, but there was nothing much going on with her anyways. So yeah, those are the 3 girls. And with that brings us to the end of year 1 in WormClan. I actually had a way more fun than I did in Shining Clan and the 1 episode of Foggy Clan, but I am very excited to do the next episode of this. I have not started year 2 yet. I probably am right after this recording. But with that, thank you for staying to the end, and I hope to see you next time. Bye.